everyone, welcome back to a new video tutorial. This time I'll show you how to create transition effects using shaders. Since we have shaders in GameMaker Studio, I thought that it would be a good idea to create custom room transitions for our projects, but this time using shaders. And I'll be creating this dissolve transition effect with this new feature, so keep watching. Okay, let's begin. First, I'm going to create an object. This is going to be the obj transition handle, and in this object I'm going to add three events. I'm going to close this. Three events: create, destroy, and a post draw event. Okay, let's begin with the create event. Let's drag, execute code action, and well, let's begin. First, I'm going to create my states constants. Let's begin with the take source screenshot state, change room state, take target screenshot state, and finally the perform transition state, and the initial state is going to be the first one, take source screenshot. Okay, now the target room, I'm going to initialize target room with a negative number. This variable will hold the target room as the name suggests. Okay, and now I'm going to create a block of code in order to avoid multiple instances of this object, because this object is going to be persistent, and we must be sure that only one instance is created, because there can only be one transition at a time, so it makes sense we need only one and only one instance of this object. So well, if instance number self is less than or equal than 1, then screenshot 1 is equal to surface create, and here I'm creating a surface with the following view width and height. I'm taking the width and height from the views. What's the problem here? Yeah, okay. this screenshot 1 is the source screenshot. We also need the target screenshot. In transitions like this, I'm going to implement a dissolve transition effect, and I need 2 screenshots. The first screenshot is from the source room, and the screenshot number 2, this one, is from the target room. Okay, so otherwise destroy the instance. Okay, and as I said before, we are going to use shaders for this transition effect, so I'm going to create a few variables we will use in our shader. First, the transition counter. This variable controls the speed of the transition effect, and a transition counter pointer. This is basically a pointer. This is a variable. This is a sort of pointer which will allow us to control this variable inside the shader. Shader get uniform. This is going to be the name of our shader, and the name of this variable f, because it's a float, and transition counter. Okay, and we are done with our create event. Now, in the destroy events, we basically need to destroy the surfaces we created. So surface free screenshot 1, and the same with the screenshot 2. Okay, and finally the post draw event. Let's drag another execute action, and well, in this event we are going to implement the transition effect. So let's begin creating the switch. All the code will be inside this switch. State, and well, case, take source screenshot, case change room, take target screenshot, and finally the case perform transition. Okay, these are our 4 states. So let's begin with the first one. Take source screenshot. Okay, surface set target screenshot 1. With this line of code, I am telling GameMaker Studio that I'm going to render the game not to the screen but to this surface instead. And now draw surface application surface surface, reset target, and finally room, go to target room, and here I change state to change room. What I did here basically was, as the name says, I took the screenshot of the source room. As I said, for this room transition I need two screenshots, one from the source room and the other from the target room. It is pretty obvious, but anyways. So here with this block of code we took the first screenshot. Now let's continue. Change room, surface, set target, application surface. We are going to draw to the application surface, and now if surface exceeds screenshot 1, then draw the surface. Screenshot 1. And finally surface, reset target, and we change state once again. Now we switch to the take target screenshot. So here I did the following. I set the target to the application surface and I render the screenshot we took in the previous states, and after that I switch to the following state, and here in this state, as you can see, I'm going to take the target screenshot with the following block of code: surface, set target, screenshot 2. So we are going to render the game not to the screen but to the screenshot 2 surface. And now draw surface, application surface, and now surface, reset target. And now I have to freeze the whole game. Instance deactivate all. I need to freeze the game. I need to suspend the game for this transition effect, because the game must be suspended while the transition effect is being shown. After the transition effect ends, then I activate the game again. Okay, let's continue. Surface, set target, application, surface. Okay, here I set the target to the screenshot to surface, so I have to restore it to the application surface. And now if surface exists screenshot 1, then draw surface screenshot 1, and finally surface reset target, and I switch state to perform transition. Now I'm going to explain what I did here once again. First, I set the target to the screenshot to surface. I draw the game to the application surface. Basically, by setting the target to the screenshot to surface first, here I'm drawing to the screenshot to surface. So here I took the screenshot. Now here with this line of code, as I said, I suspended the whole game, and here I set the target to the application surface, and I render the first screenshot we took, and here I reset the target. So basically here I took the target screenshot from the target room, but I show the first screenshot we took in the source room. Okay, and finally let's implement the perform transition. Okay, let's begin. Surface set target application surface, and now if surface exists screenshot 2, I'm going to draw the screenshot to surface. And now I'm going to render the screenshot 1 surface using the shader we are going to create just in a few minutes. So, okay. Shader set shader. This is going to be the name of the shader we are going to create just in a few minutes. Okay, I set this shader, and shader set uniform F for float transition counter pointer transition counter. I'm going to explain this later when in the moment I create the shader. I'm going to explain this. Okay. Here, if surface exceeds screenshot 1, let's draw the surface screenshot 1. Okay, so basically we set our custom shader, we update the shader variable, we render the screenshot 1 using the shader, and now we have to reset the shader, and let's also reset the surface targets. And now let's increment our transition counter. We control the speed of the transition with this variable. Changing these values will make the transition go faster or slower. Okay, and finally, if transition counter is greater than or equal than 1, then surface reset target instance activate all, and finally instance destroy. Okay, once the transition counter is equal or greater than 1, I reset the surface target, I activate all the objects again, and I destroy the instance of this object. And basically this is all. Basically we finish this. We finish our objet transition handler object. So now I am going to create our custom shader. I'm going to rename this to shader. And now, well, as you may know, a shader consists of two files, the vertex shader and the fragment shader. We are not going to modify the vertex shader, so don't touch it. But yes, we are going to implement our dissolve effect in the pixel shader or fragment shader. As you can see, we're going to use the GLSL shader. You have other options here, but we are going to use this because this is the standards. If you're going to develop for multiple platforms, you should use this. Okay, now let's begin with the fragment shader. Before I start, a word of warning. Here we are writing C code, I mean C language code. So this is not longer HTML. In the shader we must use C language code. What does this mean? Well, this means that if you forgot a semicolon at the end of every line, you will get an error, so you have to be careful with this. Here we are writing C language code. It's no longer HTML, so you have to take that into account because it's very important. This is the only situation in which we won't be using HTML in a GameMaker Studio project. So you have to know this. Okay, I'll begin in the fragment shader, and I'm going to create a variable uniform float f transition counter. Okay, this transition counter is this variable we are modifying here. If you remember, in the create event, I created transition counter and the transition counter pointer, which handles the f transition counter. This f underscore transition counter is the variable I just created here. And we control this variable with our transition counter pointer here with this instruction shader set uniform f. First, we get the handle, or I prefer to say we get the pointer to this variable with this instruction, with this function, with shader get uniform, and we store it in this variable transition counter pointer. So here, every time I want to modify this variable inside the shader, I have to use this function shader set uniform f. This is the transition counter pointer, and this is the value I wanted to have. So that's the explanation. Okay, and this shader is going to be extremely easy. I just will do the following: shell frag color alpha is equal to 1.0 minus f transition counter, and this is all. Okay, another word of caution, as I said before, here in the shader we are writing C language code, and if you forget to specify the decimal part of the number, you'll get an error. You have to specify the decimal part of the number, so like this. Okay, I know it's very disappointing because I just wrote a single line of code, but well, I don't need more than this. Basically, we are decreasing the alpha to the target room. You will see now in a few minutes. Okay, so we have our object, our transition handler object. We also created our shader, and now I'm going to create another object. I'm going to call this object obj moving box. Obj moving box. And this object, I'm going to add only a create event and a draw event for this object. This is going to be really simple. let's drag an action code, and here we'll just speed, I set speed to 2 and direction to integer random 360, and here in the draw event draw self, and we are done with our object moving box. So for this moving box, I have to create a sprite, just a simple rectangle, file new, okay, and just let's paint. Let's paint our sprite, and okay, let's center, and we are done. Now I'm going to set the sprite 0 we created to our object moving box, and we are done now. So the only thing remaining is to create another object. We are going to call this object change room. With this object, I'm going to set the target room. I'm going to add a create and an alarm 0 event. In this create event, I'm going to put the following lines of code. And target room name is equal to -1. It's just an initialization value. And here in the alarm 0, I'm going to do the following: instance create. The position doesn't matter because this is a only code object, position handler, and here target room is equal to target room, and here we specify the name of the target room. And okay, this is all, and the only thing remaining is to create 2 rooms. We can't have a transition without 2 rooms. Okay, settings 60 frames per second, and in background I'm going to use different colors, visible when room starts. Okay, and now with room 1 I'm going to set another color, this one. I'm going to check this checkbox visible when room starts too. And in settings, as I did before, 60 frames per second. And now I'm going to put it here. And now in objects I'll put an obj moving box here, and I'm going to put another obj moving box here. Okay, I have two rooms with an obj moving box in each one. Now I only have to add a obj change room object. And in the creation code, I'm going to put the following line of code. Target room is equal to room 1. And now you can see it. When you place the mouse cursor over the object, you can see the creation code. Target room is equal to room 1. I'm going to do the same. In room 1, I'm going to add a obj change room object, and in the creation code, I'm going to do the same, but now instead of room 1, obviously the target room is going to be room 0. And it seems we are finished here, so let's run the project and let's see if all this works. Okay, it doesn't work. Fine. Okay, it seems I forgot something really important. Let's open our obj transition handler and let's check the persistent checkbox. I forgot this, so please don't forget to check the persistent checkbox. So now it should work. Let's run the project one more time, and as expected, now it works. We can see this dissolve transition effect, and the important thing here is that the game freezes. The game is suspended when the transition effect is being shown. This is very important because you won't like to get killed in the middle of a transition effect. That will be just unacceptable. So this is why I freeze the game, I suspend the game in the middle of the transition effect. So there you have it. Now I'm going to modify this sprite. I'm going to stretch to 100%, center, let's see the effect again now with the box a little bit bigger. As you can see, it's very smooth, and you can control the speed of the effect with our transition counter variable. If I increase this value, the effect is going to be faster. As you can see, is almost it's probably too fast, and I can make it slower. Now it's going to be probably too slow. Yeah, but well, that's up to you. You can tweak those values in order to achieve the speed you want for your game. But remember, as I said so many times, the game will be suspended in the middle of the transition effect. So it doesn't matter how fast or how slow the transition effect is shown. The game will be frozen, the game will be suspended while the transition effect is being shown. Okay, that's it. Basically, I show you how to implement this dissolve transition effect using shaders, and I'll be creating more shader tutorials for GameMaker Studio, so I hope you like those too. So as always, if you find this video useful, please like, subscribe and share. And also, any question or feedback will be welcome. So okay, I hope to see you in my upcoming video tutorials. Bye.